Unafraid Show, Reister or Wrong. It's your boy George Reister in the building today, per the usual. Thank you guys for joining me today. Make sure you like the feed, share the feed, tell a friend about the Unafraid Show, about the greatness that is the Unafraid Show, growing every day. And also next week, unafraidshow.com will be up. All type of articles, great stuff up for you on a daily basis. And don't forget, if you have any questions, comments, anything, send your emails in, unafraidshow@gmail.com. Got a bunch of great things on track for you guys today. First of which, Instagram has a new feature. For fake friends. Next, the NFL, they get another black eye with the Kaepernick collusion case. And I'm going to tell you why. Politics and sports is a bad thing. Brandi Chastain, she was inducted into the Bay Area Hall of Fame, and her plaque sucked. We're going to look at pictures of that and see that. And also, if you're a parent, check this out. Imagine your 15-year-old kid burning down damn near half a forest and being ordered to pay $36 million in restitution. Not 100,000, but millions of dollars in restitution. I mean, damn. My dad, well, actually, I'll tell the story about that later. But I wanted to get to first. So parenting, right? I had a little issue. So, well, actually, I'll just say in general. Parenting, oh my God, this is getting difficult. This is getting more difficult by the day. I didn't realize how hard it was. I mean, it's just continuously difficult struggles. So we have an 18-year-old who's getting ready to go to college, a 12-year-old who thinks he's 18, a 6 and a 7-year-old who think that they're 13, 14 already. And here's the one thing that I noticed is that I've noticed that I enjoy the fact that they're getting older, thinking independently, you know, getting their own thoughts and ideas and all that. But when they start thinking for themselves, like, it becomes a whole different ball game. They start thinking crazy ass stuff like, "Oh, Dad, I don't know if the world is round." Like, what? "Oh, I don't know about this creation thing." Like, like, dude, what the hell are they teaching you at school? Maybe I need to change your damn school. And last night, me and my son went to go work out. And it's always interesting to me because I see it with kids that I've coached, how they enjoy listening to other people more than their parents. Regardless of whether it's about anything, even if your father's an expert in something, does not matter. Everybody else got all the answers, Sway. And I wonder if I was like that as a kid. I guess I got to really ask my dad about that. If I was a kid who just wouldn't listen. And that, I mean, and it just drives me up the wall at times, especially the 12-year-old in sports. I'm like, son, your dad was a professional athlete. Like, don't you get it? Like, I know how to get you ready to play, ready to ball, mentally, physically, emotionally, all that. Been there, trying to get you to skip all the steps that I screwed up on. Yep. I mean, it probably works the same if you are a doctor, lawyer, carpenter, anything else. Your kids get bright ideas when they don't know shit from Shinola. That's just the truth. But we're going to get to where we're going to start today is this. Where we're going to start today is on Instagram. Instagram has now created a fake friends feature. I'm calling it the fake friends feature, but what it really is so now you can mute, well, when the new update rolls out, you'll be able to mute people who you follow from your Instagram. If anybody can explain to me how that makes sense on any level, please explain that to me. So you're going to follow people and then mute them. Why don't you just unfollow them? You know why? Because you're a fake friend. That's why. Instagram is saying that they're rolling out the feature just so people can use the app, because a lot of people use it for business and they don't sit up and promote it the same way. So they still want them to be able to have the user-friendly attitude of Instagram and all that. No. Who's going to end up using it are fake friends. People who people who hate on you for your success, people who really don't want to see you win. That's who's going to be watching this. Yeah, that's who's going to be using the mute button. People that want to be like, oh yeah, I follow you, blah, blah, I saw what you did. You ain't see a damn thing. No, you didn't. You didn't see it because you're a fake friend. You're a fake follower. Somebody said they use it more for business. I get you use Instagram more for business, and that's why they created this feature. But in reality, most people are not going to use it for what it's intended for. It's the fake friends feature. You guys are watching Unafraid Show. Make sure you swipe up, share the feed, tell a friend about the Unafraid Show, and continue the conversation. And I'm sitting here like, all right, I know that there are some people who don't follow people intentionally because they don't want to hear what they have to say, but occasionally they're interested. Because me, I do that with Donald Trump. I don't want to follow him because I don't want him going on TV saying, oh, 36, I have the most followers in the history of the land. And then I'm one of them people. Nah, I tune in when he says something crazy and just to verify whether it's a fake or whether it's real. I just want to see it occasionally. But I'm not following the man. But that's what Instagram is going to allow you to do. Except for you're not going to be able to see it at all because it's not going to show up on your timeline at all. Fake friends feature. Don't be that fake friend. Either follow or don't follow. I mean, don't follow and then want to mute them. No, don't follow. Be real about this. We get so much faking in this life right now, and Instagram is just helping you do that. Helping us do that. Come on, man. It's got to stop somewhere. Next thing up, another black eye for the NFL. For all the people who were coming into this whole Kaepernick issue saying, oh, he's not good enough to play, all of this, you got some bad news today. Yes, the NFL is the biggest baddest league on the planet. $13 billion in revenue. Highest rated events on TV. All of that. Like, this is the NFL. So now, for all the people that said that Kaepernick wasn't good enough to play, here's the thing. Evidence gathered in his collusion case, because remember, he filed a collusion lawsuit against the NFL. In that lawsuit, they had to depose people, get evaluation records on players, all of that. And guess what? Most NFL teams have had Kaepernick rated as an NFL starting quarterback. So then that lets you think about the people who tweeted out, so-called experts, who are insiders, who tweeted out, oh, most NFL teams don't have him evaluated as a starting quarterback or even an NFL quarterback. It's just a talent issue. That's a lie. That's a lie. We all knew it was a lie, but now it's absolutely for sure. But it's not even so much about Kaepernick. This is more about the NFL in general, because this is another black eye for them. And the one thing I've been consistently saying is that the NFL has to stay out of litigation with its players. When people talk about politics in sports, it's not actually the politics that people really truly have a problem with, because everybody can agree that, you know, you're allowed to stand on, believe whatever it is that you want. But what they don't like and what people don't really think about in the conversation is that people don't like the politics in terms of the league being in litigation with its players. Regardless of whether it's Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed in the collusion case, Tom Brady with Deflategate. You had Ezekiel Elliott recently. Jerry Jones told the other owners, don't get into trying to litigate matters and act like a government body or a punishment agency, any of those things. Because here's what I know in life, is that when people bend to every single time the wind blows, public perception, any of that, when they bend, they have to bend again, then they bend again, and then they break. And that's what the NFL is doing. Like, it's continuously having all these self-inflicted wounds because of players litigating against the league, which then is the politics that you really hate. Because there's nothing worse than wanting to go watch a game, enjoy yourself, relax, and you're sitting there like, and I said, oh, Tom Brady suspended right now, Deflategate. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. Unless it has to do with a real legal issue, like free agency with Kurt Flood back in the 70s, forced integration, like when they wouldn't let people play sports, people of color play sports. Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that need to be litigated if they're not worked out properly. But we don't want to see litigation with Ezekiel Elliott in court, out of court. That looks bad on the league. And it's annoying as a fan. And I know it feels bad because we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Is that, do I believe Ezekiel Elliott should have been able to play? 100%. Should he also have been in jail if he did what she accused? 100%. But at the point in time that law enforcement has all the evidence the NFL did and won't press charges, what the hell are you going to do? But then you bend to public perception, and then you're in litigation with a player. So is it better to have to just take a stand and say, you know what, here is how we're going to address these issues. Period. If you're not in jail, you can play. Period. If that's what they said. And then if you are found guilty of a crime, then we will punish you. Innocent until proven guilty, that's the way it has to be. And when leagues, because you don't have this in the NFL, you don't have it in the NBA, you don't have it in the NHL, you don't have it in MLB. No, they wait for the legal process to run its course, and once it does, then they drop the hammer, or then they give you a suspension. Because if you're handing out punishment when there is just because the public got upset or horrified about something that they perceive happened or could have happened, you're going to be blowing in the wind. Same way with the Kaepernick kneeling issue. So now it's turned into this huge issue. You gotten sued by 2 players. People aren't watching because Kaepernick didn't play. Now, and you got people who said they weren't watching because he kneeled at all. And instead of just saying, you know what? Listen, our players have their rights. Do what they do. We just got more money from TV contracts. The league is growing. We're not getting ready to bend to what you want. I mean, like, this is like Jonathan Martin being bullied. 6'5", 300 and some odd pound dude. And you're like, he's been bullied? He's been bullied by like a cornerback? No, man. Like, you have to stand up for yourself and like set some ground rules. And that's what the NFL is not doing. I understand that some of these things aren't that they are unpopular and that they're not fun to just say, pretend like you're ignoring somebody's feelings, thoughts, any of that. But in reality, like, you have to be willing to have leagues set ground rules on how they're going to handle things. Because if the NFL continues to do what it's doing, it's going to implode. Because you can't keep bending. Like, we all know somebody who every time the wind blows, they change. Like, you've seen people on television do it. Oh, they work at one station. They have one set of beliefs. They work at one company. They think one thing. I mean, they just say whatever no matter where they are. That's a bad recipe. And that's really the politics that we don't like in sports, which is the litigation that the NFL continues to have with its players. You have to stop getting in litigation with your players. It is a bad look. It irritates fans. It turns people off. It goes from being a sport to the business side of it staring in their face at all times. That's what people don't like. So don't confuse it. It's being confused, and don't fall for it anymore. Do not fall for it anymore. Next thing up, parents. This has to be your worst nightmare. Because this is my worst nightmare. Aside from something bad actually happening to your kid, The thought of your kid actually doing something ridiculous, just playing around, making an irresponsible choice that damages a lot of people, that's horrible. And that's what happened to this 15-year-old kid in Oregon. So Oregon's one of their most scenic hiking trails, all this. Him and his friends are up there. And they set off some fireworks. And they were laughing, they recorded it, all that. So the first thing is, if you're going to do something stupid, stop recording it. Please, people, please. Actually, actually do please keep recording it the way we can catch you, because they needed to know who set a fire that burned more than 48,000 acres. I remember when I was young, I got, when we were living in Palmdale. We were living in Palmdale, and I went to this elementary school called Mesquite Elementary. I was a pretty responsible kid, so the teachers let me, keep track of the sheds. You know those bins where you keep balls, you can keep equipment, whatever it is. So I got to have the key, unlock, lock the bin, all of that. And you know what I decided to do? Because me and my friends in my neighborhood, we used to always play ball in the street. And we used to have tennis balls. My dad bought me tennis balls, but we're playing. We're like the Sandlot. We're losing balls all over the place. And so I see some balls in the I'm like, tennis ball? Okay, I can grab a couple of these. Turns out, I get caught with the tennis balls in my backpack. I tell, they call my dad to the school. I'm in 5th grade. Call my dad to the school, and he's like, well, they tell him, your son stole these balls, whatever. And I'm like, no, Dad, I didn't take the balls. And he's like, listen, and he defends his kid. My dad goes in. My son ain't steal these damn tennis balls. I'm the one who gave them to him. Because he had really just bought us some new tennis balls not too long ago, like a week ago, but we lost them. Turns out I get found out because there's some type of special markings on the balls that you can't even order at stores, that you have to specialty order. So I get in trouble. That was the worst whooping I ever got in my life. Worst whooping I ever got in my life. Pops was hot. My dad was pissed. And I can't even imagine how this dude's parents are feeling right now. I mean, you think your son and his friends are going out in the woods, having some fun. Yeah, they might do something a little bit silly, but they're not going to do anything just to like scorch the damn earth. And I get it. Like, I know that he had no idea that he was that lighting off these fireworks was gonna bring 8 counts of reckless burning of public and private property, 2 counts of disposing burning material on forest land, and 1 count of 2nd-degree criminal mischief and reckless endangerment of others. They're all misdemeanors, but guess what? He ended this whole total thing. It cost the recreation area and firefighters $18 million, plus structures damaged, resoiling, all of this stuff came up to over $36.6 million. This kid's life is ruined at this point in time. How the hell are you supposed to pay this back? How are you supposed, I mean, realistically, how is this kid supposed to pay this back? He's literally going to have to go be Mark Zuckerberg to pay this money back. And his parents should absolutely, I don't even, if this were my kid, I'd be like, son, look, I'm not paying $1 damn for you, kid. I'm not paying $1 damn. Do you know why? Because this was a horrendous decision. And I'm not paying for it. So you got to pay for this. I mean, think about it. His check is going to be garnished, all of this. And I'll tell you this. This is a worse deal than like having to pay for this for the rest of your life. This is a worse deal than I thought paying child support for kids that I have half the time is. That's a horrible deal. That's a horrible deal. But such is life. Hopefully, oh, well, there is one interesting tidbit about this, is that after 10 years, after 10 years, he's eligible if he does not commit any more crimes or stays out of trouble. He's eligible to have part or some of the restitution slashed off. But I'm gonna tell you this: if I were a judge, nah, man, this is gonna be hanging over your head for a long time. Like, because if it's for 10 years, he's only gonna be 25. He's not gonna make the bulk of his money yet. Like, we need to at least recoup some of this. So I'm gonna need to get 20 years about you till you're 35, and then you can be free to go. Cause this is a big deal. This is a painful deal for everybody involved, especially the people of Oregon. It took 2 months to put the fire out. 2 months. Man, no bueno, no bueno. Another thing that's no bueno today is Brandi Chastain. We all remember her. We all remember Brandi Chastain. She was the World Cup Team USA 1999. And that right there, that picture is her Hall of Fame bust. That's her Hall of Fame bust for all the great accomplishments that she's done for the Bay Area. The Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame made her a bust that looks worse than the bust of Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody thinks he's a very handsome dude, and they screwed his up. And they screwed. Look at this lady. She's actually pretty. My wife hates when I use the word actually, but she's pretty. This looks like an old man. This looks like an old man, not Brandi Chastain. And especially not how we remember her. And look at this Cristiano Ronaldo pic. Handsome guy with the part in his hair, and then they give him this. Then they give him that. Ain't no women checking for this. No women checking for this. Come on, man. I don't understand. Like, somebody always has to approve things, right? Somebody always has to approve. When a rendering is done, they're like, oh yeah, this will be good. I understand working where bronze is hard. I understand all that. But you're getting paid. You're an artist. You're commissioned to do things. You got to make it look better than that. That's absolutely atrocious. And Brandi Chastain would be pissed off. And I know if this were my wife getting a bust, she would be like, when you, because they usually don't let you see these things before the ceremony. She come up to the ceremony and like, what's this? I'm gonna need a new plaque. I'm gonna need y'all to put a new plaque up on this wall and give me a new plaque, because this is 100% unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's absolutely ridiculous. You guys, I appreciate your time, appreciate your energy. Thank you for watching the Unafraid Show. Send in your comments, share the feed, tell a friend about the Unafraid Show, and make sure that you watch Right or Wrong on Instagram. Go to @Right or Wrong. All the little 1-minute videos from the day, cool, insightful stuff. You'll enjoy it. Make sure you check it out. Thank you for joining me. I will catch you guys tomorrow for an episode of The Wife versus the Expert. Denisha will be back on, and we're going to kill it. All right. Peace out.